Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back once again to another Minecraft tutorial. Today we are going to be building a workshop, and I know this may not sound like the most exciting build in the world to you guys, but it is a build with a lot of purpose. And if you've already built most of the other, I guess you could say, cool buildings like a blacksmith or inn, this still is going to be a very nice addition to your town, especially if you're at that point where you've kind of run out of ideas for other buildings that you can place in your town. And for those of you wondering how much room you're going to need for this build, it's going to be about 14 by 7 blocks. Now keep in mind, we usually have sections that stick out just a little bit further, so try and leave yourself some extra space. And now to begin, we're going to start by placing all of our pillars for the first floor. Now keep in mind, before we start, this side I'm facing right here will be the front of the build, and also wherever I place one block down like this, you guys will need to do a full pillar that is 4 blocks tall, just like that. But anyways, that is going to be the location of your first pillar. After that, you'll need to skip a gap of 5 and you'll place your second pillar right here. Following that, move forward 1 and also to the right and place your third pillar right there. After you have that down, we can skip one more gap of 1 and place the next pillar here. After that, we'll kind of do the same thing as we did over to the left, kind of making a diagonal shape by moving right 1 and back 1, and then you can place that. For the next gap, it is going to contain our door, so don't forget that. But once you have that gap down, you can place the last pillar for that side right there. Now moving on to the right side of the build, there is only going to be 2 pillars, and they're going to have a gap of 3 in between them. But to place the first one down, just move right 1 and back 1 from that last pillar you placed on the front face of the build. And then, like I said, skip a gap of 3 and place the final one on the right side. Now moving on to the back of the build, kind of going off the last pillar from the right, we'll go right 1 and back 1 and place the first pillar on the back side, and then we'll skip another gap of 3, place another pillar here, then we'll move forward 1, right 1 and place this, and after that we're going to have to do the opposite on the other side and place this, and then we'll skip 5 blocks and place that final pillar. Once you guys have all of those pillars raised up so they're 4 blocks tall each, you can start to connect each one of them with a crossbeam like this, and also add some sticky-outy bits on the sides. And after that is complete, your build should be looking relatively similar to mine, and just to make sure it is, I'll do a quick little fly around so you guys can kind of check and make sure everything you have on yours lines up with mine. But anyways, once that is done, you can start to fill in most of the walls. To do this, go ahead and place in a row of stone bricks all the way along the bottom, and on top of those you can just fill in the rest with some cobblestone. As for the windows, like I always say guys, you can place these things wherever you think they look best. You really do not have to follow what I'm doing here. But if you do want to, I have found a couple locations where I think these things might look pretty good. The first one is on the right side of the build here, and our second location will be on the back of this same section. And then our third and final location for the windows, I'm going to be placing on the back here. And we're going to do one on either side like this, leaving a column in the middle. And I am going to replace that column with a spruce wood log pillar like this, and I'll do the same thing over on this side, but without the windows. Next, you guys can go ahead and make your way over to the larger section over here on the left-hand side of the build, and go ahead and take out the bottom 3 blocks in the middle, and everything above that as well. And then take out some cobblestone stairs, and place 1 in each of the corners. And what this is going to do, guys, is give you a nice large entryway so that any machinery or material that the craftsman does need can just be transported very easily into the building. And now that we have all of that done, I'm going to show you guys how to add a couple more decorations to the first floor, and once this is complete, we'll move on to the second floor. So to start off, go ahead and place some stone brick stairs all the way around your build on the bottom of each one of the pillars like this, and then to decorate these even further, you can go ahead and place a stone brick half slab above them. And then the second decoration you can do is with the spruce wood stairs, and you can just go ahead and place these underneath each one of your sticky-outy bits, just like this. Next up, guys, we're going to go ahead and raise another section of our build up, and this is going to start off the second floor. We can begin by placing a pillar of 4 tall right above that block, and then moving left, skipping a gap of 5, we will also raise this one, and then moving across, only skipping a gap of 3, we'll try to bring that one up as well, and then also the one directly to the right of it. So at this point, you should have something that looks like this, and once you do, you can connect each pillar with a crossbeam, and also do your sticky-outy bits just like we did for the first floor. And now that we have that section done, guys, we're going to start shaping some of our roofs, and that's going to begin by placing 2 blocks right there, and also 2 blocks on the opposite side here, and from there, you can go up 2 more as you work your way in, and then finish it off by placing 1 block on the top there, and then you can build the same thing on the other side. Once you guys have made both of those, you can connect them with a crossbeam by just attaching each of the tops together like that, and then moving downwards, we're going to add one more little section to the back of this build, and that's going to start by placing 2 pillars of 4 blocks tall on either side like this, and you can connect them with a crossbeam and also delete these 3 blocks behind it if you want. Now, as for the roof section right here, you can either make it the same size as the others, but for me, I'm going to try to make it a little bit different by just going up 1 block at a time. And once you reach the top there, you can just go back down on the other side. And that should be it. After you have that done, go ahead and place in 2 sticky-outy bits on the front face of that, and then moving on over to the other side, we're going to make an even smaller roof, and to do that, we'll have 2 blocks come out like this, and then we'll place 2 more on top of them and connect it with 1 block in the middle, just like that. Next up, we're going to be adding in our last small roof section. That's going to be right above the door, so go ahead and find these 2 blocks and just raise them up 1 each, and then once again, connect them with 1 block in the middle there. After that, we're going to move on to making probably the biggest roof out of this whole building, and that's going to start right above these 2 blocks. And to begin this, just go ahead and raise them up 2 apiece, just like that, and then keep going up 2 at a time as you work your way in, and you may need to delete a few blocks as you work your way up. But just keep going until you reach the middle, and once you get there, you can go ahead and connect each one of these with 1 block in the middle there, and then place the same exact style roof right over on the other side. Next, you guys can go ahead and connect each one of these roof sections with a crossbeam, just like this, and you may also want to do something similar on this upper roof area over here, and that's just as simple as adding 1 bar across this side on the front, and then this one on the other side may be a little bit trickier, but all you got to do is place 1 block there, and then add in a bar so they each connect together. And that there is just about everything, although just to kind of break up this larger roof over here, I did want to kind of add in just a couple more sections. The first one would just be right here, and with that, go ahead and go up 2 blocks like this, and then top it off with a 1 right there. And you can go ahead and do the same exact thing on the other side, or even try something a little bit different by maybe bringing it 1 block back, just like that. After you guys have that complete, you may want to consider adding in a crossbeam or 2 over on this roof section as well, and that is just going to make your life a lot easier when it comes time to fill in the roof. Other than that, though, there really isn't too much else we need to do besides outlining the shape of our roof. And to begin that, you'll take out your spruce wood full blocks, and we'll do 2 blocks here so it creates a bit of an overhang, and then delete the first one you placed after that. And you can go ahead and place the same thing over on the opposite side as well, and a couple blocks above it, just like this. Once you have all 4 of those in, you can take out your spruce wood stairs and do one of these above each of the full blocks, and also one of them below, so it gives the roof a bit more shape and thickness as well. And you can also do them on the very bottom, and once you have those in, you can do 2 more on either side, and make sure they're facing upright like this. And then you can also do 2 upside down stairs on the top and 2 upright stairs above each one of those. And then to finish it off, we will start our little design on the top, and that is going to start by a half slab here, a full block on top of that, then a stair that's upside down on the front face, and then to complete it, just place a half slab on top of the stair. The front of the roof and the back are very simple. All you guys need to do is place in 2 stairs like this, and then 1 in the corner to connect them, and then from there, work your way up to the middle. And for the design, I kind of want to do something a bit simpler just because this smaller roof might not be able to support something like that. So what I'll do is just 2 half slabs like this, and then I'll go back down on the other side with my stairs. And like I said, the front is going to be the exact same, although don't forget to place in your upside down stairs. As for the other main side of this roof, don't feel worried if you can't go up any further, because the farthest you will be able to go is right there. But moving on to the next section, we'll be starting up here on the very top, and for that you can take out your full block of spruce wood and start by placing this right here. Once again, make sure that is an overhang, and then do the same thing on the other side. And after that, take out your stairs and work your way up to the middle, and do the same thing on the other side. And as always, don't forget to place in your upside down stairs, just like that. And then also 2 upside down stairs beneath each one of the full blocks on either side, and then 2 upright stairs on either side of those. And then for the middle, you can go ahead and do the larger design. Once again, that is a half slab, then a full block, then a stair, and then another half slab to finish that off. And then this roof should be the exact same, as the one on this side, and these smaller ones here and here will be the same as these. So once you learn how to get those down, I don't think I should have to walk you through them, although I will show you how mine turned out in the end, just to make sure you guys got everything down correctly. Like I said though, I still want to show you guys these smaller roofs, even though they were the same, just to make sure you got them down correctly. The top one was very simple, although I did make one change to the roof above the door, and that was just bringing it down one more stair. Now, even though those were the same, I did notice we had one more on the back that I haven't shown you guys how to do, at least not in this video. So to start this one off, it's going to consist of only spruce wood stairs, and you'll begin on the bottom here with a stair there, and then you'll bring it out one like this, and from there you can work your way up until you get to the middle, which will be right here. And on that one you can make your larger design, so that'll be the half slab, full block, stair, and then half slab on top of that. And once you have the design down, you can go back down on the other side until you reach right about here. And like always, don't forget to put in your upside down stairs. Really quick though, before we start filling in our roof, I thought it might be wise if we first fill in all our walls. For that, I'm going to be using the light gray stained clay, but I will admit it looks terrible in default texture pack, so a nice replacement for that would just be the white wool, or a mixture of white wool and light gray wool. And for filling in the walls, just go ahead and start placing these blocks right above each one of the cross beams. And not only will you need to fill in the square shaped walls, but also make sure you don't forget to fill in these ones below each one of your roof shapes as well. So that's going to include stuff like that, little cracks or openings like this as well. And wherever you have a sort of overhang like you see here, you may just want to fill it in. But as you can see beneath it, it looks kind of weird, so consider placing in a stair or something just to kind of fill that up. As for the larger section on the left side of the build, you may want to consider doing something similar to what you see here with the large pillar in the middle, and you can also throw in 2 windows on either side, and that usually ends up looking pretty cool. 3 more places you can fill in a window are here on the back side, and then 2 parts over on the right side as well. One on the 3 wide section, and then one on the area right beneath the roof. Now, even though we have all of that done thus far, there still are a few more things that we have to get done before we can start filling in our roof. And you guys might actually have a lot of this done already, but just in case, you may want to fly around and make sure each one of your sections on the roof is connected properly, just like that. And it's really as simple as going around and adding in a couple more stairs. The second thing you'll need to do is decorate the tops of the roofs just a bit more, and that's as simple as adding in a half slab or some stairs on top of each one of the cross beams. Finally, it is time to start filling in our roof, and this is arguably the easiest part of the whole build. And if you're looking for any sort of guidelines, all you guys have to do is just find a stair, and then from there, make a row of your roofing material. By the way, for this build, I'm going to be using the gray stained clay, although if you're in default texture pack and you don't think this looks as good, you could always just use some oak wood blocks. So there we have it, guys. That is our roof, and just to make sure you got that down correctly, I will do one more little fly around. And just sitting there, I kind of noticed there was one spot that we could fix up. And you don't have to do this, but it could end up adding a lot more detail in the end. And what we're going to do is just kind of break up this roof by adding in some spruce wood materials. And that's going to be done just by adding in some stairs and full blocks. And then you can finish it off by switching out this stair for a half slab. Since we are on the topic of adding in extra detail though, I figured I would give you guys a list of some extra things you can fly around and add in that will vastly improve the look of your build once you're done. The first thing is just going around and adding in some spruce wood stairs beneath each one of your sticky-outy bits. And another thing you can do is find some areas like this where you have a sticky-outy bit and then some roofing right above it, and place in a fence block there. And there actually are quite a few of these around the build. Some other examples include things such as flower pots, which can be made just out of 3 grass blocks like this beneath the window, and then you can add in some half slabs or a mixture of half slabs and stairs beneath that, and then surround it with some trapdoors like this. And once you have these going around, you can add in your favorite flowers or plants on the grass, or you can do something as simple as a row of these half slabs with 3 fences on top of it. So feel free to add in as many of these as you'd like around the build. There's also still a couple other sections of the build I would like to touch up on. The first main one is over here on the left side, and to fix this up, all we need is a spruce wood block in the middle there, and then we'll do 2 of the fence designs on either side, so that'll be some half slabs with fences above them. And then in the middle, we'll kind of fix this up even more by placing one more spruce wood block like that. And then if you want, you can grab yourself a stone half slab and place that right above it. Another good looking addition I came up with was adding an archway right above the windows. Speaking of archways, it also looks pretty good if you add one above the bigger door over on the left side as well. And that can be done just by starting it with a half slab on this side and placing one on the other side as well on the same level. And then from there, just kind of work your way up until you get in the middle and then go back down on the other side just like that. And last but not least, I think the final decoration I would recommend adding in would be a couple half slabs in some of the empty space along the bottom. And these usually tend to look good in the areas that are either 2 gaps or 3 gaps. I wouldn't do anything less. But anyways, guys, that's going to just about do it for today. So hopefully you did enjoy the video. I'll try to get the interior show around out as soon as possible, especially since in my opinion, that's really when the build starts to come to life. But make sure and let me know what you guys thought down in the comments if you have any ideas for future builds or some stuff I could try for the interior. I would love to hear that. Or maybe if you thought I missed a few things or the build was not easy enough to follow, please let me know down in the comments and I will try to help you out. But like I said, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. And as always, I will see you in the next one.